everyone. What if I use the AI model in my Power Platform application, analyze the invoices which I receive into my mailbox? Let's see. I'm into the Faff video series. In this video, we will be looking at a zero-touch invoice processing system where vendor sends their invoices through the mail, and then our system will look into the attachments and then send those attachments to Claude 5 Sonnet AI model, and then we get a response from that model, and we will look all the details which is there in the invoice and save it into our SharePoint. So this is our flow. So basically what I have done over here, that's I am created a trigger. So this is a trigger for my flow. When a new email arrives, we are invoking this flow based on the email arrive into our mailbox. We are checking it as any attachment, and we are only considering the email with the attachments. We are looping into the attachments, and then to see I'm checking only that if the attachment it's only the PNG for my demo purpose, but you can use different types of images or even the PDF as well. And if we come down over here, so we will have, this is where we are calling the Claude Sonnet 5. I'm using the OpenRouter because I just created an account on OpenRouter, and I can use a different AI model through that OpenRouter. And over here I'm providing the authorization. That's my token which I've hidden. And then I have a content type of application JSON. And then if I go down, so this is important over here. So this is Tropic Claude Sonnet 5 model, and then in the message where we have role and user content, within the content of the type as text, and then in the text we are saying that extract the data from the invoice, return only a JSON object matching this schema. So we require invoice number, a string, invoice date, it would be a string as well, vendor name, total, which total amount, which is the number, the line item, like all the item which is in the invoices. This will come over here, a description and the amount. And what we are sending into this API call an image as a image URL, and in the image URL what we are making it as we are concatenating is as a image, data image, PNG base64, and then if you just see it's a item looping attachment and then content byte. So what we are doing that we are getting the content byte, putting into the right format into the and then calling this HTTP action. So once it is being called, so we will get a response from our HTTP action, and then in the body I know already what, so we are getting in the schema. So I just passed this JSON, and then we got all the details. So now within the choices we are getting those detail of that in the invoice details. What I'm doing is I'm just into the choices, so there would be the details. I'm doing some kind of replacing of some special character within my JSON, and I'm getting the invoice. So let's suppose that if this invoice is already being processed, so I'm doing that if this flow is being triggered again for the same email, so I'm checking there that if that attachment ID is the same as the attachment ID which is there in the SharePoint system. So if it has not been there, like it doesn't find any items, mean that it's a new invoice. And then over here I have a SharePoint site. Let me just open the SharePoint site for you. So this is my SharePoint list. So we have two lists. One is invoice list, and then another one is the invoice item. So in the invoice I'm putting all the detail like the invoice number, address of that vendor, and vendor name, total amount, and invoice date as well, and then attachment ID. And over here I am putting up the description of that item and the amount of that item. So this is how I'm doing it. And if I just goes into my over here, I am parsing the, what I am doing is that so when it is being created, this action will pass some the response. So basically what it return the item ID and some other details. So what I'm getting, so what I'm doing that I'm now parsing the line item. So there's a So there is a big chunk of all the invoice detail and the line item. Now over here I am passing the line items, and then over here I will then loop into that item. And then what I'm doing that I've already created the main invoice. Now I'm creating the invoice item. So one by one, whatever the invoice item would be there, then it will be updated over here as created a new item over here. So that's and then it will, this flow will be completed. So now I just I send an emails to my mailbox with the invoice, and then see what it's gonna be doing. Okay. So what I'm doing that I'm sending myself an email. So I'll just say Shark invoice and invoice 4, and I'll just say. So I have couple of, I've downloaded couple of files. So I'll just select this one. So I'll just select this one. Let me just open it for you. So it has multiple description, so it is a bit different than the other one. Let's write to the mailbox. Okay, let me go back to my flow and then see. So it's run successfully, and let me just into the details, and then let's see it has and choices. Alright, let's just see how it saves into the SharePoint. Okay. This is not the SharePoint. Let me just goes to refresh this one. So this is the new one, and this one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if I just refresh it, 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, 4. That's really good. So it matches with my price as well. All right, and I think that's fine. So thank you everyone. Thanks a lot, and see you next time. Bye.